The Enclave is a widespread faction that is spread out throughout the Fallout series, with it being the most popular faction within the community that is loved by fans across the globe. With this beloved faction, fans also seem to have misinterpretations of the Enclave. This is why I've made this video with the motivation to clean up the confusion. The first misinterpretation about the Enclave is the Enclave wanting to go to space. In the original Fallout 3 Van Buren, it was discovered that the Enclave's original plan was to leave planet Earth and colonise another planet. However, as this game was cancelled and never released, this game is not canon, and there's no evidence to back up the Enclave wanted to go to space in the current canon. The whole idea of the Enclave going to space isn't canon. That's not to say it couldn't still be true to a certain degree, but it's not confirmed. The next misinterpretation about the Enclave is to do with the FEV toxin that is used by the Enclave. There are two different versions of this, the FEV Curling 13 in Fallout 2 and the modified FEV within Fallout 3. Fans of the Fallout series always believe that the Curling 13 strain is the same as the modified FEV from Fallout 3. It's alike, but not accurate. The modified FEV is designed to kill all mutated humanoids, including ghouls and super mutants, but it's uncertain that it would kill animals. The modified FEV was given to the player by President John Henry Eden within Fallout 3, with the objective of being transferred into water to kill all mutants of the Capital Wasteland. For most people, including myself, being Fallout 3 the first Fallout series, it's easy to understand why Fallout 2's FEV Curling 13 would be the exact same. However, the FEV Curling 13 in Fallout 2 was still a toxin that was used by the Enclave, with the objective to kill all humanoid mutants vary from the fact that it kills aimlessly on the mutation level. The FEV Curling 13 will kill you more slower and painfully the less mutated you are. In this occurrence, the Enclave produced a vaccine from the toxin to save themselves, as their main objective was to release the FEV Curling 13 into the airways, which would conquer the entire world and eventually die out after killing all humanoids aside from the Enclave. The next misinterpretation about the Enclave is to do with the Exo-1 and the Exo-2 power armor. In the current canon, the Exo-1 was developed pre-war, while it's not clearly stated that the advanced power armor seen in Fallout 2 and Fallout New Vegas is a different or more likelihood a later model of the Exo-1. It can be comfortably assumed so. The advanced power armor, while somewhat similar in appearance to the Exo-1, has key differences that seem beyond the change to the appearance of other power armors between art styles. There's also change in the name and just the time that the Enclave had to improve the Exo-1. So it's a big theory on why the advanced power armor Mark II is occasionally referred to as the Exo-2 and the Hellfire as the Exo-3. This is possible due to the creation of the advanced power armor Mark II being highlighted as Exo-2. Nevertheless, the Creation Club is not canon. The X within Exo-1 indicates an experimental state, so the advanced power armor in Fallout 2 would indicate a finished model. This would mean that the advanced power armor Mark II would be a finished model, particularly to be deployed in the numbers it was in Fallout 3, so it would not be the Exo-2. The only more canon reference to the Exo-2 was in Vault 51's terminal entries in Fallout 76. However, they were referring to the Hellfire power armor, and the terminal entries were updated within 5 years after the release of Nuclear Winter Mode to replace Exo-2 with Hellfire Prototype. So the Hellfire Prototype could be the Exo-2, however, is referred to as Hellfire Prototype, which falls in line with it not being part of the Advanced Power Armor series. At the very least, the Hellfire Power Armor is not XO3, as it was developed before the Advanced Power Armor Mark II. The last misinterpretation about the Enclave is that most people follow this with confusion, but Arcade Gannon referring to the Enclave as a factionist paramilitary organisation. Calling the Enclave factionist is somewhat up to interpretation by many definitions. It wouldn't be, as they have a democratic system of government. By others, it could be, but most all factions in Fallout would meet that criteria, so the accusation becomes pointless. However, that's where the paramilitary part comes along. The textbook definition would be a militarised organisation that is not part of the nation's armed forces, yet the Enclave are the remnants of the government, so their military would actually be the official armed forces of the United States, or at the very least, the closest to being official out of all the factions in the Wasteland, which would again neglect the Pacific accusation, as there isn't a nation left except possibly the Enclave as the United States government.